Athletic Complex, and a great field hockey matchup is in store. Today it's the Keene State Owls taking on their in-state rivals, the Plymouth State Panthers. Greetings and welcome back to Keene State Field Hockey. I'm Ryan Goodwin. A rough game for this squad on Wednesday as they fell in their first home loss this season to number 12 Endicott, but some good takeaways as well from that contest as they had plenty of scoring opportunities, especially in that first half. They just couldn't quite capitalize. However, a new day today as the Owls get set to take on in-state foe Plymouth State. These two met in the LEC semifinals last November here at the complex, with Keene State advancing to the championship on the back of a 4-2 victory. And they also played in the regular season last year up in Plymouth, with Keene State also taking that one 3-2. Meanwhile, now we shift to the Panthers side, an up-and-down season so far in 2025. But recently they've been more up, coming in at 4-4, and they entered today off a loss to Johnson & Wills at home on Tuesday, but a very close one, 1-0 being the final. And that loss also snapped a 4-game win streak that Plymouth had going back to September 13th after they started 0-3. And some common opponents as well between these two so far include Riviere and New England College, and both teams had nearly identical scores in defeating those programs. This Panther team should bring a good challenge to the Owls this afternoon. A beautiful day for the first weekend of October. Don't go anywhere. It's the Owls and Panthers coming up after these messages on Flow Sports.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the main theater, or the recital hall at the Red Fern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
I I remember writing in the 2nd grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is gonna fall.
There she goes, and she's got it! How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
And we are back on the Owls Media Network on Flow Sports. Keene State and Plymouth State about to get underway as you get a look there at the Keene State huddle before this one. But before we start, as usual, we will go through today's starting goalies in net for Plymouth State. It is Natalie Merrick, 4-4 on the year, a .234 goals against average, 74 saves this season to 19 goals allowed. And in net for Keene State, as usual, it's Claire Gorman, 8-3 on the year, a .181 goals against average, 51 saves, 16 goals allowed. She's been very good, especially in front of the home crowd. And so have the Owls as a team. They are 5-1. They did lose, of course, on Wednesday here at home. Their first defeat at the Owl Athletic Complex this season. But a big game today and trying to make sure they do not lose back-to-back for the first time since the end of last year's regular season. A very tough Plymouth State squad coming in. Again, a worse record at 4-4, but very similar history with some of the same opponents this season. Keene State went on the road and took down New England College 2-1 in overtime, and so did Plymouth State by the exact same score and at the exact same venue. And then Keene State opened the year with a 7-2 win over Riviere. Plymouth State took them down at home 6-2, so very similar scores there. Grace Bazin at center will start for Keene State in their home Reds. We're underway here on Saturday, Keene State and Plymouth State. Ball taken now by Jen Newick. Newick sends it over for Sarah Adamski. Plymouth in their road whites. A little advantageous today with the temperatures in this one, about 79 degrees at the start and almost no clouds in the sky. Will be significantly warmer at field level with the sun beaming off the turf. Have not really had much fall weather, at least not during the days so far. Now Goodwin with it. Megan Delanis going after it. Keene took down the Panthers last year at the complex in the playoffs to advance to the championship, where they took down Castleton on the road. Pass trying to get it through to Grace Bazin, but taken away. Bazin battling for it against Cassidy Ledger. Off a foot there of Maddie Lambert. And Sophia Miranda will have it now for Keene. Over to Magdalenas. Pass intercepted by Goodwin. She'll pass back to Vidal. Vidal trying to send it up for Emma Bazin, but not going to win the race there with Jenny Smith. And Smith will just send it out. Keene State takes it back over. Keene State has been a very good home team this year. At 5-1, but just 3-2 on the road. Delanis fighting for it inside the circle, and must have gotten out a foot there. The Panthers take back over. Pass there from Grace Murphy, who's played tremendous defense this season in her senior year. That one goes out of bounds for Picard. And Lambert up to take it. Murphy got the Owls player of the game in the loss on Wednesday. And Keene on defense had some chances, but we're also facing some pressure on their defensive end. Come back out. Vidal gets it over to Picard. Delanis now handles it. Celebrating her 21st birthday today. Over to Goodwin. Goodwin up to Emma Bazin. Emma Bazin bringing it up. Finds Grace Seabury inside the circle, who finds Grace Bazin. Looking for an early chance there, but good defense from the Panthers. But a corner will be awarded as off a foot in their own circle. So Keene State gets the first corner opportunity of this one. We'll see if they can make the Panthers pay. They had plenty of chances via the corner against Endicott on Wednesday, but we're not able to capitalize on any. It's like Emma Bazin will take it and play it in. Gets it over to Murphy. Over to Picard. Picard a long shot. And that one goes wide. Like off a Panther though, so it'll remain with the Owls, but outside the circle. Goodwin just gonna drop it off for Vidal. Emma Bazin a long shot. And a save made there, another chance, and now it comes out. Nice job defensively in goal from Natalie Merrick. Also had a pretty good season her own right as well. That one not able to connect with Grace Basin, and Plymouth takes back over. Panthers led by third-year coach Molly Bolduc, graduate of Plymouth State 2013. And one of their assistants is Molly Edmark, who actually was a goalie here at Keene State, graduated in 2024. There's Adamski looking for help. Good one going after it. And Adamski will hold on to possession for the Panthers. Keene State trying to keep their home win streak against the Panthers going. They have not lost a contest here against this team since November of 2009. Looks like it might have got off the foot of Emma Bazin. It goes back to Goodwin. Passing it up. Grace Bazin chasing after it. Has Seabury up top. Bazin bring it into the circle. Across for Seabury, and a kick save is made there by Merrick. Goodwin now. Able to find Delanis. There's a shot from Miranda and a save once again by Merrick. Off of Merrick before it went out of bounds, so Keene will keep it from outside the circle. Grace Bazin trying to find her teammate Delanis. So we'll go back to Plymouth State. We get our first substitution as Claire Tolman is in the game now for Plymouth. And she replaces Georgia Coleman. Tolman and Coleman. Goodwin going for it inside the circle. A shot and a save made by Merrick. Now Vidal from outside takes a shot. Kind of gets partially deflected going in. Keene State will keep it as Plymouth sends it out of bounds. Owls getting some good pressure here on the Panther defense early. Vidal. Again, deflected, able to find Delanis. Finds its way through to Grace Bazin now. Bazin inside, scores! 1-0 Owls. Grace Bazin gets Keene State on the board first. It's 1-0. Her team leader in goals. We talked about all season. And she buries another one there to put the Owls in front early. Exactly the start that Keene State needed to have today. If they wanted to pick up a win over their rivals. And last year, both of these matchups were tough for Keene State. They did win both, though. Vidal. Good, strong pass. Maybe a little bit too strong for Delanis, but it does find its way to Seabury. Now dropping it back for Miranda. Kalina Paiseki on for Megan Delanis. That one off a stick there, looked like off of Georgia Coleman. Pass gets through to Grace Bazin. Bazin again inside. Trying to find help. Merrick right there. Ball still in front of the net and another save. Picard finding Miranda, still in bounds. Bazin through the legs there, and that did not hit a stick, so it'll come back to Plymouth State. Panthers doing some subbing here early on. Katie Perello off and Lexi Berrettini on. Megan Goodwin off and Lila Carr on for Keene State. Just about 10 minutes into the first quarter, as Elise Picard takes it up for Keene, now finding Miranda, now Miranda up to Seabury. Seabury inside the circle, trying the cross pass there, and a corner as a result. Hits the foot of a Plymouth defender inside the bubble. And for Grace Bazin, that goal being her 19th of the season, to easily lead the Owls in that category. That puts the score where it is now, 1-0 Keene. Picard will play it in here on the corner. Drops it back outside for Murphy. Murphy passes it back in, gets it to Bazin. A scrum for the ball in front. It's still loose. Still loose, and a goal finally. Looks like Emma Bazin gets the goal for Keene State. Joining her older sister there with the first one, it makes it 2-0. And for Bazin, that her third of the season. So she joins her older sister there. In the goal total today, already 2-0 Owls here in the first. This is exactly the start that they needed. Taken there by Miranda. Has it intercepted by Perello. Owls get a couple more subs in. Lucy Dickinson in for Grace Bazin. Nora Bargatti also into the game. Bargatti with it now. And a turnover. Perello sending it up. And I think the official is going to send the ball back a little bit further. As we're now past the 10-minute mark into the first quarter of this one. Emma Bazin trying to take it, but loses it out of bounds. So goals from Grace Bazin, her 19th of the season, and Emma Bazin, her third of the season. Pass finds its way through. Ellie Monahan with it. Gets it into the circle. Owls trying to get it out of their defensive zone. Murphy playing tight defense there. Plymouth will hold it. Takeaway there from Carr. Now it finds its way to Piasecki, who also loses it there. And Keene will take over. Seen a lot of subbing early in this game for both teams. A sea of white jerseys there about to come in for Plymouth. A couple more about to come in for the Owls as Picard with a nice takeaway in her own zone. Up to Piasecki. Piasecki getting it through, although can't quite find its way past Perello, and now Perello up to Coleman. Coleman a nice pass to Lambert. Ooh, that was Tolman. Trying to create space, out to Coleman again. Picard sends it through, knocked down though by Lambert. Good steal there for a second by Vidal. And this will go back to the Owls. Picard with it. 2:30 and counting down to go in the first. Keene State already with a 2-goal lead. Piasecki, nice pass upfield to Dickinson. Dickinson finds Bargatti inside. And this will go back to Plymouth. Keene State not only is all-time here at the complex 23-1 against Plymouth State, they've also won the last 9 meetings and trying to make it 10 in a row today. Off to a good start. Pass going out of bounds there. Like deflected off a stick of Plymouth State. Owls keep it. McDonald, a long shot. That one knocked down in the circle. As they say, a dangerous shot there, and Plymouth takes it over. So Vidal off, Quinn Mayu is on. Sent up. Played back down by Piasecki. Here's Emma Bazin. Bazin takes a whack at it and comes up empty. And as a result, Plymouth will take it. Final minute here of the first quarter. Able to get past Carr. Off the stick there. Good defense from Murphy once again. Carr trying to find her way past Ginny Smith. Carr sending it over to Murphy. Murphy trying to get it back to Carr. Back to Plymouth it'll go. With 20 seconds to go in the first, trying to mount some pressure here maybe before the end of the quarter. Monahan gets it up the field. Good takeaway though. Piasecki getting the stick in there. And the final seconds will run off here of the first quarter. A good first quarter for Keene State as they begin this one with 2 early goals to take a 2-0 lead. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes for the start of the second quarter. Owls 2 and Panthers 0 on Flow Sports.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts. In a cheering section in the stands. At the rink on the ice. Skating as an owl. Or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the main theater, or the recital hall at the Redfern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
Second quarter about to get underway here. Keene already leading Plymouth State 2-0. Couple of goals from, 1 goal each from the Bazin sisters. Grace Bazin first, her 19th. Emma Bazin with the second goal, her 3rd of 2025, as went off the foot there of Jen Newick. Keene State trying to keep up the pressure here in the second quarter. They have really been added against this Panther defense, and now up the field, here comes Plymouth the other way. Right at the midfield stripe, Monahan. Monahan working against Goodwin. Gets it through her and Murphy. Here's a chance. And a stop is made by Gorman. What a save. Getting in front of that one. And giving up the body there to prevent that one from going in. Upfield. Here's Castriota into the game for the start of the second. Nice pass to Grace Seabury. Keeps it in bounds. Seabury back to Grace Bazin. And a corner for Keene State. The third of the game for the Owls. None so far for the Panthers. And we'll see if Keene can make it hurt.
This camera wasn't made for a tall person. Thanks.
Played in by Delanus. Off of Murphy. Murphy, a shot, or gets through to Bazin in front of the net. Grace Bazin scores again. Number 20 on the season. And Keene State's lead is 3. Just past a minute and a half into the second quarter.
Her 20th of the season, scored by number 1, Grace Bazin.
So number 20 for Bazin. So far has 2. Today, just 1 away from the hat trick. And still a lot of game left to play. Owls have come out dominating today. Perhaps some extra motivation from from Wednesday's loss. Adding some fuel to the fire in this one. Plymouth State, though, I mean, they also lost on Tuesday. As Seabury chasing after it. She'll win the foot race there. Finds Grace Bazin, already looking for the hat trick. Shoots it, and a save made by Merrick. Ball still loose. It gets over. Ball on the ground still. And finally we get a whistle. I think a push inside the circle against the Owls. Castriota was over from the left side trying to push that one in. Finds its way to Goodwin, who will play it after it goes out of bounds. Keene State has needed a very great first half effort like this. And so far they have gotten it. Delanus, good takeaway. Has it stolen back though by Newick. Newick's pass could not find its way really past midfield. Is Murphy right there. Here's Castriota. Over to Mayu. Mayu's pass intercepted by Newick. And Newick now sending it up the field, trying to find her teammate, Monahan. Monahan gets through it. Inside the circle, good look here finally for the Panthers. They had one earlier, a shot, and another save made by Gorman. The corner though coming up for Plymouth State. That'll be their first one of the afternoon. So the Owls will defend the corner for the first time today. And that's been really such a big part of their quick start today, as they have allowed virtually no chances for Plymouth State to get on the board. It's been all on the attack. 11:32 to go here in the second. Owls adding to their lead early on in the quarter thanks to the second goal of the day and 20th on the season for Grace Bazin. It'll be played in here by Coleman. Drops back, a long shot, didn't quite get through. Plymouth still has it though in the circle. Getting it right back, shot going out of bounds. So the Panthers will keep it. Like a hit off of an owl, but it'll be outside of the circle. That was Sarah Adamski who had the long shot. Now Adamski with it again. Trying to send it into the circle. Didn't get it past Caitlin Castriota. Off the foot there. Not a good pass. Trying to find her teammate Basulak. Plymouth still with it from outside the circle. And they're going to have another corner. So second one here within this last minute. Corner's now 3-2 in favor of the Owls. Plymouth has cut into that a little bit. Another pretty much clear day from Keene. It's been very dry. And again, on the warmer side, about 80 degrees. First Saturday of October. Shot didn't quite get through, but another chance perhaps for Basulak. Back to her. Owls toss off their corner masks. Passing around, still inside the circle. Keene trying to get it out, but Basulak a shot. That one gets a foot in another corner. So the Panthers finally starting to apply some pressure on the Owls defense. Chances before this last couple minutes had been pretty much all Keene State with the 3 goals as well. But we've seen a few games, even some of the wins, like last Saturday against Husson. Owls got off to a very good start offensively, but as the game went on, maybe started to get tired a little bit, and Husson made it a lot closer at the end. There's another shot. Save made by Gorman. Still going for it there. And finally, Castriota pokes it out, but it's going to be another corner.
These little bitey things are eating me alive.
So Keene will have to face yet another one. Coleman will play it in again for the Panthers. Coleman drops it back. Trying to get it through to Basulak. Murphy fighting for it on the ground, and finally it will come back to Keene State. So they survive those corner opportunities for the Panthers. Castriota and Mayu both off. Emma Bazin back on. Emma Bazin up to Grace Bazin. Grace Bazin now drops it back for Goodwin. Trying to send it through the defense. They say it didn't get a foot. Basulak trying to find her teammate Monahan. Goodwin sends it up for Grace Bazin, who now finds Grace Seabury. Seabury inside the circle, trying to cross it for Bazin. Nobody home, and a delayed corner call will go in favor of Keene State. Owls seem to be upset with the no call there for a second, but eventually they ruled a corner. And now Keene State with their 4th corner attempt of the afternoon. Keene State leading this all-time series 34-10-1 against the Panthers. And 23-1 here at the Owl Athletic Complex all-time. Vidal back in the game. Trying to cross it inside the circle. Good defense, though, by the Panthers. Getting it out to Lambert. Off of Vidal's foot. Here's Coleman working against Miranda. Getting it up to Alex Zano. And loses that one out of bounds. Delanus. 8 minutes to go before the half. Seabury now. Nice move. Oh, and makes another one. Gonna pass it in and off of Ledger's stick. It'll stay with Keene State. Vidal trying to find Miranda on the right side. Take away there by Picard. Back to Miranda, over to Seabury. Seabury again trying to make a move, and she executes against the first defender. Has backup, though, in the person of Ledger, and not able to get it past. 3-0 Owls here. Grace Basin responsible for 2 of those goals, trying to send it into her teammate. Panthers clear it out for the moment. Goodwin takes a shot, doesn't get all the way through. Now off the rebound. Basin almost had another chance. Could have been for a hat trick, just kind of in an odd positioning there to try to get a stick on it. Clean shot. Whiff on that one. As a result, it'll come back to Keene as Coleman tried to send it up the field. Jenny Erickson on for Sophia Miranda. Delanus send it up field, has it taken away. Basulak. Good pass there, able to find Perello. Trying to mount more pressure here against the Owls. There's been a little bit more of that ever since the second Grace Basin goal. A long shot, and that one wouldn't have counted anyway. It goes out of bounds.
She was meant to be done there.
So Murphy will have it deep in Keene State's own defensive zone. Over to Goodwin. A foot there, and Keene State keeps it. Goodwin, nice pass through to Seabury. Seabury leads Grace Basin, and oh, it hits her foot. Almost another great chance there. Lila Carr back on, this time for Elise Picard. Good defense there by Delanus. She takes it away. Nice touch pass up to Erickson. Erickson inside the circle, trying the crosser, but it goes out of bounds off the side of the goal. Now here's Coleman. Coleman trying to get it past Murphy. Nice defense. Murphy out to Emma Basin. Too strong on the pass. Here's Delanus. Taken away by Lambert. And now Heeman tries to find Carr and does. Carr has it taken though by Zano. Coleman, nice move there by Monahan. Monahan inside, and another save is made. On the ground is Gorman. Corner coming up, but another great save from Keene State senior Claire Gorman. Has made some nice plays on the ball when the Panthers have had a couple opportunities here in the second quarter. Gonna have to survive at least one more corner for the moment. Once again, Coleman will play it in. Coleman from North Conway, New Hampshire, sophomore out of Kennett High School. Back it goes to her. A shot by Coleman. Relatively easy kick save there, as not a whole lot behind it. And it will come back to Keene. So they survive that. Heeman with 3 minutes now to go in the second. Carr up to Delanus. Zeno finds her teammate Perello. Good defense there by Alessandro Vidal. Now up to Seabury. Great pass. Seabury makes the move. Makes another move. Shoots. Tipped by Grace Bazin, and a save is made. Oh, and the ball's still on the ground. And a corner for Keene. A great save by Natalie Merrick. Looked like for sure the Owls had another goal there. Off the tip of the stick from Grace Bazin. Would have put her at a hat trick. Clock stops with 2:24 to go before halftime. Keene State with their 5th corner attempt of the game. Erickson will play it in. Played in outside, it's Murphy. Murphy will take the shot. A save is made by Merrick. Back it goes to Murphy. Another chance in front. Merrick with another save and another corner coming up. Owls trying to push the lead to 4, at least before the half. They have come out firing today on all cylinders to this point. Murphy over to Vidal. Vidal, a shot. It gets tipped in front. Still on the ground. Kept out by the Panther defense, and now another corner. So Keene State is making them earn this. Have not been able to get it out of their own zone. A few nice saves though by Merrick. Pretty good clean lane to shoot there from Vidal. Looks like it got tipped as well. Even tougher to stop. Erickson plays it back in. Over it goes to Emma Bazin. Emma Bazin finds Goodwin. Goodwin shoots, just didn't get a lot on it. Ball goes out off of the Panthers. Official's going to move the ball placement. Goodwin. Trying to find Erickson. Erickson working along the boundary line, the end line. Finds Grace Bazin. Bazin scores again. A hat trick for Grace Bazin. 21st of the season, and already has the hat trick here late in the first half. And it's 4-0 Keene State. It's been all Owls in this opening half. Piasecki will come on for Delanus. So adding to her goal total to this year, 21. Again, Hardy, a hat trick. So the rest of this quarter and still another half to play as well. There's communication there with Piasecki and Erickson, but nice play by Carr to keep it for the Owls. Under a minute, 50 seconds to go. Seabury bring it up. Seabury, oh, nice move again. Through the leg shot, ball still on the ground. Goes back to Seabury, and a corner again for Keene. They have just worn down the Panther defense. So another corner. Erickson plays it in again. Erickson, drop back for Murphy. Murphy, good pass there to Emma Bazin. And Emma Bazin scores. Second goal of the day for Emma Bazin. That's 4 on the season. And makes it 5-0 Keene State with under 30 seconds to play before halftime. We were expecting a great effort today from Keene. I mean, similarly from Plymouth. It has been all Owls, though, here in the first half. Certainly was expecting this one to be a little bit tighter, but it has not been. Keene State has been firing on all cylinders. And Plymouth State not able to get much of anything through. Obviously no goals so far. That one does find its way through inside the circle. And Plymouth, I think, will keep it, but outside. And they got less than 10 seconds and ticking down. 5 now to go. They got to play this very fast. And it doesn't look like anything really is going to happen here. That's going to do it for the first half. Owls, again, just firing on all cylinders there in the first half. They lead in-state rival Plymouth State 5-0. And we'll take about a 10-minute break for halftime here on Flow Sports. We'll see you for the start of the second half. Keene State, all smiles so far in this one.
Hey.
My name is Irene Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I just always had a passion for being outdoors and outdoor activities, so I figured why not choose a path where I can do that in my work. I did an internship with the Harris Center for Conservation my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I wanted to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for Water and Wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. At Water and Wetland, we take part in the management of local ponds and lakes throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, while also sometimes conducting herbicide and algicide treatments. This job is very niche, and that the fact that it's aquatic based, I didn't think that's the path I would go, but here we are, and it's actually really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
We're empowering your unique voice.
Igniting potential and possibility.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
Because Keene State becomes home from day one. Come find your people and enjoy live music, art, coffee, thrifting, and did we mention the food? And if you're worried about what there is to do on the weekend, just look at this.
Everything we do here is about community.
Because we're a community of intense learners.
With extraordinary hearts.
That raise each other up.
We are fueled by each other's successes.
Learning outside the classroom as well as in.
And we're here to provide the guidance and support you need to succeed.
All right, let's get hands-on.
In the lab.
In the studio.
In the pool.
On the dance floor.
On the stage.
The choices are yours, the opportunities are here.
Here at Keene State College, we're focused on teaching students the skills for an ever-changing world.
I'm ready to tackle problems with industry-ready skills.
You'll get a resume that writes itself, and
a paycheck that earns.
Elevated confidence.
World-class courage.
And we never stop learning.
True learning takes collaboration.
We explore what drives our passions.
Celebrate our individual voices.
And spark possibility together.
Every single student, every single day.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
Back for half number 2 here on Flow Sports, and Keene State in total command as we begin the second half, leading 5-0 over their in-state rivals, Plymouth State Panthers. And everybody who scored in that first half had the last name Bazin. It was Grace Bazin with 3, younger sister Emma Bazin with 2. And Grace Bazin, of course, with the hat trick, getting to 21 on the season. And we'll see what Coach Watson does here in the second half, especially with such a big lead. She starts to sub some more players, some more of her starters. Claire Gorman is out there, though, to begin half number 2. And it is still also Natalie Merrick in goal for Plymouth. Panthers will start with it as Owls began the game with the ball. All the offensive categories that you want to be leading in, Keene State was leading in at halftime. Of course, goals 5, shots on goal 22-9 Owls, shots on goal 17-6, corners as well 8-5 in favor of Keene State. So again, could not ask really for a better start in their second conference game of the season. This is Plymouth State's first of 2025. Someone just shot out of bounds there by Sarah Damsky. Just trying to find somebody, but nobody home. Picard has it in her own territory. It will go back to the Panthers. Keene State, I think, just trying to, as nice interception there inside the zone by Heeman. Keene State just trying to finish off games a little bit better because they've gotten off to some really good starts this year. Even in their loss on Wednesday to Endicott, they had a lot of scoring chances there in the first half, but finishing games has been probably a big emphasis for the coaching staff, and hoping they can do that today with a comfortable lead starting the second half. Goodwin working there against Monahan. This will be a corner for Plymouth, their 6th of the game. Owls will try to survive this. They survived all their corner attempts, obviously, in the first half. Some nice saves from goalie Claire Gorman. See if we see their backup Molly Diamondstein get in at some point before this one's over. You would think if they add on maybe a couple goals or even one to this lead, you might see that out of Coach Watson. There's a shot, didn't get through, but another corner. Off an Owl defender. And Plymouth State trying to fight back and get on the board in this one. In the playoff matchup between these two last year, had you thinking that the first half might have gone a little bit differently. It was only 4-2 Keene. So a lot closer. Here's a chance in front. Gorman stops it. And it'll come back out to the Owls. She has played great today in net. Didn't see a lot of Plymouth chances early in the first quarter, but has seen some from the second quarter on and has been up to the task to this point. Upfield trying to find Emma Bazin is Murphy, and Bazin gets it. Cuts it back. Now nice drop back pass there to Goodwin. Goodwin, good pass there to Grace Bazin. Grace Bazin already has a hat trick. Gonna find a teammate inside. Eventually goes to Miranda, and now a corner coming up for Keene State. It'll be their 9th of the game. Keene State trying to add to an already very comfortable 5-goal lead.
13.
As Emma Bazin, it looks like we'll play it in. Has to have caught the Panther team a little bit off guard. I think they probably thought, so did Keene, that this one would be tight. Picard has a whack at it. Now it finds its way to Murphy. Murphy shoots. It almost got through there. And now we'll go back out to Plymouth. Merrick just able to get in front of it. Sent up the field, a golf shot there. We'll come back to Keene. Official waving it almost back to the circle, just outside. Picard finding Grace Bazin, trying to get another shot off. We'll go back to Plymouth. Sent upfield there by Perello. And Basulak will have to toss it back here. And yeah, Coach Watson not thrilled. The Keene State sideline not thrilled with that call. Initially, they thought they had it back. Officials say white ball. Adamski. Basulak, nice cutback move. Good pass through, but a little bit too strong. It gets back to Grace Murphy. Owls will have it now. Keene State, if they can obviously hold on here in the second half, would earn their 6th home win of the season. And in the middle of a little bit of a 4-game homestand here, as this is the 3rd game of the 4, up to Seabury. Seabury moving it into the circle. Looking for her first goal today, and officials rule, I think, dangerous shot, so we'll come back to Plymouth. Yeah, they're in Keene State in the middle of a 4-game homestand. This is the 3rd one of that. They'll have one more at home here on Tuesday night against the University of New England before they head on the road next Saturday to take on conference foe Western Connecticut State. Murphy, pass to Goodwin. Been looking for someone there, and this will remain with Plymouth. Al McDonald will get set in a moment to come in. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will come back to the Panthers. Or excuse me, the Owls. Going different ways, of course, here in the second half. Miranda off, McDonald on. 9 minutes to go in the third. Pass up to Picard. Picard trying to send it through for Seabury, but a little bit too strong, and Plymouth will take over. Really has not been a day game here for the Owls this season at the complex that has felt like fall. But that might be changing soon this week. So we might start to see some cooler temps coming in. Seabury looking for somebody. Nobody was home. It's out. Grace Bazin looking for her fourth. A save made there by Merrick. About a month, too, till we'll start the LEC playoffs. Each State certainly hoping to be back in that. Looks like they will be, you would think. Trying to go to 2-0 in the conference today. Would knock Plymouth to 0-1. Of course, the month of October, when the games, not that they don't matter in September, but those conference games always mean just a little bit more for your playoff hopes. Although Tuesday night's game will be a non-conference one before the Owls start a string of conference opponents, of course, next Saturday down in Western Connecticut, over in Danbury. Goodwin will play it in here. Coleman trying to get past Vidal, cannot. Good move. Oh, and off of Coleman there to shake that one off. We play on though. Up to Emma Bazin. Emma Bazin trying to get it through. She's on the verge of a hat trick as well. Piasecki a shot, saved by Merrick. Ball comes out. Owls though again pushing the red jerseys forward. Picard, a long shot. And that one might have caught Adamski, but she's all right. Comes back to the Panthers with 6 minutes to go in the third. Owls got 3 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second. Upfield to Piasecki. Takeaway there from Adamski. Plymouth had some pressure kind of at the end of the first half and even the beginning of this third quarter, but I have not really seen it since, as Nora Bargatti back in for Grace Seabury. Goodwin finds Vidal. Back to Plymouth. Goodwin defending against Monahan. Monahan moving now past Vidal. Vidal gets a stick in there. And a corner will be awarded to the Panthers. State trying to bring their overall record to 9-3-0. Get their 9th win of the season. Last year they started 9-0. Ended up with an overall record of 16-7. Of course, mixed in there, a couple of their conference playoff wins, the semifinal win here at home against Plymouth State, and then the LEC championship win on the road up in Castleton. Shot there, and that one might have got deflected. It'll remain with the Panthers, but outside of the circle. It's play by Murphy just to clear it out of the circle. Smith sends it toward her teammate Zano. And Zano has it taken. Goodwin, nice pass to Bargatti. Bargatti finding Grace Bazin. Thought it was going to be in stride. Bazin had to come back a little bit. Now finds Emma Bazin. Emma Bazin takes a shot, tipped by Grace, and that one will go back to the Panthers as a result, off the side of the net. Abigail Basulak back in for Plymouth in white. Off of a foot there, off of Emma Bazin, and Plymouth remains with it. Upfield, Piasecki finds Bargatti. Nice pass. Bargatti gets it through. McDonald tried a shot there and didn't get a lot behind it. Three minutes left here in the third. McDonald gets a takeaway. McDonald taking a shot. Shot got blocked there by Kyla Napolitano. Owls keep it outside with Vidal. Here's McDonald again. There's not a lot behind it. Off a foot there of McDonald, and now we'll come back to Plymouth. Keene State hanging on to this 5-0 lead. Monahan back by midfield. Trying to get it, I think, to Basulak, but had it deflected and intercepted. It's Piasecki, one of the seniors on the Keene State squad this year. Up to McDonald. Pretty good mix of that this season. A lot more of a senior presence this year than there was last year for Keene State as far as the numbers go. Also, some transfers again this year. A long shot in from Picard, and this will come back as Mayu is on for Vidal. A lot more seniors definitely this year, but also a good amount of some sophomore transfers. And some juniors as well. Piasecki up to Grace Bazin. Bazin gets it through to Emma Bazin, trying to make a move. And a good save, though, by Merrick. Out of bounds. Keene State keeps it. About 40 seconds to go in the third. Trying to avoid being shut out in a quarter in this game. That has not happened. Pass goes through to Grace Bazin and kicked out by Merrick. Keene State will keep it. Goodwin will have to play it all the way back. Now Mayu. Over to Goodwin, who's trying to send it in. That'll remain with Keene. 10 seconds to go here in the third. Emma Bazin plays it quickly, loses it. And that will do it for the third quarter. So no goals that time from either side, but we'll head to the fourth with Keene State still in firm command of this one, up 5-0 on their in-state rivals, the Plymouth State Panthers. Stay with us. We'll be right back in just a moment on Flow Sports.
So when I ask students why Keene State, the students say unanimously it's the sense of community. The feel when you walk on this campus is immediately a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of welcome, and a sense of opportunity and promise. And so I think our students feel that when they come to our campus, and they experience it when they join us. Why students choose this campus is the sense and feel, and also the opportunity and the promise of that opportunity for them when they're making the decision. And why they stay is that we deliver on that promise. We have students from urban environments, from rural environments, and when they come to Keene State in those first weeks of forming a new community, they bring all of those experiences together to create a better Keene State. It's a campus small enough to feel a sense of recognition and identity, and a campus big enough to feel part of something bigger than yourself. This isn't a passive experience, so please get engaged, find a club, make a new group of friends, get involved in a recreational sport activity, in an intramural sport, get involved in a creative performance, go see a show, be a part of this community and squeeze everything you can out of Keene State. And if you do that, I am confident you will have an exceptional experience and your life will be changed as a result of it.
Fourth quarter about to get underway between Keene and Plymouth. Owls in full command of this one, up 5-0, and actually we'll have a goalie switch for Keene State as Molly Diamondstein is into the game for the fourth quarter, replacing Claire Gorman, who leaves today with a shutout.
Now in goal for the Owls, number 99, Molly Diamondstein.
Will be credited if the Owls, of course, hold on with the win. Should be her 9th of the season and would equal the Owls' win total. Wins and losses also equal to Keene State's total record as well, coming in at 8-3. Trying to find Basulak, who drops it back now for Smith. Takeaway there by McDonald for Keene State. The Owls can hold on to this convincing win, or at least in this fashion. Gotta think it would be a good step for their team this year because, again, I mean, obviously the overall record coming in was good at 8-3. But I think you got a sense from our post-game interview with Coach Watson last week that they wanted to finish a lot stronger against Husson. Here's Bazin inside, and another good save by Merrick, kept in though by Delanis. They get out to a 4-1 lead in that one, entering the fourth, and ended up only winning it by a goal, 4-3. Had to survive a late charge from the Eagles. Here's McDonald. Can play on, yeah, this off the foot there of Smith. Here's Goodwin, taking a whack at it, has it deflected by Seabury, and now Bazin trying to cross it, but nobody home. Miranda has to chase after it. Does it take it away, but it'll remain with the Owls as the shadows start to creep on the field a little bit here past 4 o'clock. Whacked in there by an Owl, but McDonald not able to get to it, and now the Panthers will take it over. Time ticking down in the fourth quarter for the Panthers. Perhaps just trying to make this game, this final, a little bit more respectable. But a loss for Plymouth would not only put them to 0-1 in the LEC, they'd fall to 4-5 overall. And it would also be their second straight loss after a 4-game win streak. So it's been, again, we talked about a little bit in the brief pregame that it's been kind of an up and down season for them, at least to start through their first 8 games. Here's Seabury taking a shot. Kick save by Merrick. And coming back out now. Merrick remaining in the game as well for the Panthers. As here's Mayu. Bring it up. Passing it for Seabury, a little bit too strong. Nobody can get to it. Merrick, just a freshman with 5'4" out of East Longmeadow, Mass. Just north of the Connecticut border. It's Picard now will take it for the Owls. Reminder that tomorrow we'll have our second Meet the Coaches event from Brickhouse Pizza and Wings in Keene. Get to talk with some of the winter coaches, the upcoming winter sports season. Hard to believe with the weather we've been having recently that we're talking about winter, but soon enough it will be here. And hockey season also on the horizon as well. Both men's and women's hockey teams. Coaches Rob Morgan of the women's and Bobby Rodrigue of the men's. Good one trying to send it through to Delanus. Instead, it accidentally finds its way to Seabury. Seabury pushing it through, and there's another shot and another goal. And was that number 4 of the day for Grace Bazin? It was. 22 on the season, 4 today. And it makes the Owls lead 6-0 with just over 10 minutes to go in this one. So what a day for Bazin. Younger sister Emma also with a couple goals. It's made up all the Owls tallies today to this point. Lexi Berrettini will take this one at midfield. Ball goes out. Carr on defense in the shadows. Upfield. Miranda chasing after it. And going against Jen Newick. Trying to get it through, can't quite. Remain with the Owls here. Should be, we talk about both of the hockey teams though, ice hockey. Should be an exciting season for both of them, as this year they will both officially be members of the LEC. Last year they had to play an independent schedule as a result of their inaugural seasons each. At least for the men's hockey, the first in a long time. And the women's side, that was their first ever women's ice hockey season. So the inaugural team. And you'll start to see, obviously, I mean, they did play Plymouth State last year, but you're going to see some other LEC opponents. Whereas you didn't really see them last year. They played an independent schedule, each team. So should be fun to watch. Should be definitely some higher stakes games. Not that they weren't high stakes last year, but both being against non-conference opponents. Sometimes you lose a little bit of the flair. So some more personalization on behalf of Keene Ice as well for the rink. They'll have an owl logo at center ice this year, which excited to see that in person. Upfield and taking it now, here is Monahan. Monahan sends it through into the circle, but Murphy is there to take it. Going up against Berrettini. Keene State pushing for a shutout of their rivals to the north, Plymouth State. Picard battling for it there, and this will remain with the Panthers. Trying to get a push here to get on the board for the first time this afternoon in the fourth quarter. Vidal nicely clears it out and finds freshman Lucy Dickinson. Saw a little bit of time in the first half. Probably will get, I'd like to think, maybe the remainder of this game. Taking Grace Bazin's spot again. Grace 4 goals today. Pushes her season total up to 22. They say that got off of the foot of Caitlin Castriata. Adamski working against Piasecki on the end line. Diamond scene right there. Kind of a scrum for it, and Keene State will take over. There's Murphy. Sending it up. Nice pass to Dickinson. He's got speed. 4'8", but can run. Here's Castriata. Over to Piasecki. Trying to get it past Smith, could not. Finds its way up to Monahan, and this will remain with Plymouth. About 5 minutes to go in this one. Would suspect 5 minutes from Keene State going to 9-3 and 2-0 in the LEC. Of course, their only other game against an LEC opponent came against UMass Dartmouth down in Dartmouth, and they came away with a 4-2 win. So it's their first home conference game of 2025. Piasecki, bringing it past the midfield logo. Up to Dickinson, who has a goal this season in her first game against Riviere. Finds Piasecki, a shot. Good save by Merrick. Castriata gets it back. Castriata across, nobody home. Tell if that was a shot or a pass, but nobody in the area. Iowa Carr will trot off, and sophomore Addie Wernig will come on out of Guilford, New Hampshire. Not too far from Plymouth. Vidal. Is it upfield? Up to Piasecki, a little bit too strong. Here's DiMatteo. Oh, DiMatteo takes a shot. Oh, and it looks like it didn't quite get through. Merrick was right there, but had some help from defenders. Vidal able to keep it in, now finds his way back to DiMatteo. DiMatteo working against a couple of white jerseys. Here's Werning. Up and back for Vidal. Picard. Upfield. Piasecki fights for it and wins it. Brings it into the circle. Trying to find her teammate Castriata. Castriata, though, keeps it in. Working against Lambert. Castriata again, not giving up on the play. Piasecki, maybe a chance, and she scores. So Colina Piasecki makes the Owls lead 7 with 2:17 to go.
Owls goals for number 9, Kalina Piasecki.
Piasecki has had a number of goals this season. So a couple goals in the second half for Keene. Total this game, Grace Bazin 4 goals, Emma Bazin with 2, and now Kalina Piasecki with 1. As 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. Barry Furlings, the freshman South Grafton, Mass, and Addison Collette, another freshman from Westminster, Mass, both into the game. Coach Watson trying to play entire team with obviously the game out of hand for Plymouth. That's Collette going for it. Collette sends it in and taken by Madeline Sylvester, and she'll just clear it out. We tick down to the final minute in this one. Owls about to go to 9-3-0 on the season. They had 2-0 in the LEC. Proving their home record as well, the 6-1. And a nice, very nice rebound today from Wednesday night's loss at home to 12th ranked Endicott. Sent in front. It's like Sylvester got in front of it. Castriata sending it over in Furling's direction. Castriata again just sends it out of bounds. It'll bleed some more clock. Dickinson racing towards it. Good move though by Adamski. And Piasecki takes it. 5 seconds left. Keene State has won over their in-state rivals Plymouth State. A dominating performance today by a score of 7-0. And they improve again to 9-3-0 overall and a record of 2-0 so far in the LEC. Plymouth State falling to 4-5-0 and falling to 0-1 as well in the LEC. We'll have our usual interview with Coach Amy Watson as well as a Keene State player. We hope you stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back in just a moment on Flow Sports.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go into personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability, background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
All right, we're here now with Keene State defender Grace Murphy. You guys get the 7-0 shutout win today, and you also collected your first career point. How did that feel?
That felt good. I've never been on corners before, but we were switching it up at practice, and that eventually led to 7 goals today, so it felt good.
And you guys also, of course, big part of your game, you didn't allow a goal on defense. What's your strategy as far as going into the game on defense?
Well, especially against Plymouth, we just wanted to have a strong game because they're one of our rivals, one of our good games throughout the season. We just wanted to stay strong and keep the high energy throughout the whole field. So that just led to the no goals, no corners, just trying to get it out.
You've also noticed from up here, you've had some pretty good games defensively, even in that loss against Endicott. You guys really probably could have lost that game by more, but your defense, again, seemed to keep your team in the game, at least for most of it. What's kind of your strategy going forward with the team, especially going into a game like UNE on Tuesday?
We're just really connecting throughout the field. I feel like at practice, we're just working overall as a whole team to just find those connections everywhere, and it showed today by scoring 7 goals and by stopping that many shots, and it's just a good energy throughout the field.
And speaking of UNE, obviously that's your next game coming up. You guys lost down there last year in overtime.
Yes.
Really close. But what's on your mind? Like, how do you guys think you can pull off a revenge on that team?
Yeah, we just got to stay strong throughout. We got to have good practices, come out hot, and we got to just work as a team. That's really the key part of all of this. It leads from the forwards, midfield to defense, and just everyone having a strong game and everyone coming out with all they got.
All right, well, congrats, Grace, on your first collegiate point, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You're now with Coach Watson after Keene State picks up the big conference win today. How did it feel to really just come out with a dominating performance really from start to finish?
Yeah, it felt good. I mean, we came out pretty strong in the first half, which was nice. I mean, we only scored 2 in the second half, and it wasn't until the fourth quarter. So they, they gave us some trouble. We gave up more corners than I'm happy about, but, we gave them some opportunities. Luckily, our defense played strong in the circle and did what they had to do.
Speaking of the corners, what do you guys usually work on during the week, during practice, to get ready and obviously to hopefully prevent corners, but when they do arise, how to defend them?
Yeah, we practice them a lot. I mean, because there's a shooting circle, that's where the game is won and lost, right? So you have to have good circle play. So we do put quite a bit of effort and emphasis on that in practice.
What were your thoughts today, too, on the offensive side of the ball? A huge day for Grace Bazin, and a nice day for Emma Bazin as well. 6 of the 7 goals.
Yeah, those Bazins were hot today. I mean, they can score. They have the capability to do it. Last game Bazin had a couple of shots. She shot wide, but today she got some right on the net, and they did a great job. So.
Was there any kind of specific message to the team coming out of the loss Wednesday here to kind of get their mindset back on this Plymouth game?
Just that it's like a conference game. I mean, the conference play is starting pretty heavy right now, and, every conference game makes a difference. There's usually quite a rivalry with Plymouth and Keene, so, I mean, on any given day, you never know what's going to happen. So we knew coming into this game, it was going to be a battle, and honestly, when you watch the game being played, I don't feel like the scoreboard is really indicative of it. We did some great things in our offensive circle when we had the opportunities, but in the field of play, I mean, I feel like they had some opportunities. We gave them some corners, and, we won circle play today, and that was the difference.
Your guys' next game will be right back here again on Tuesday, ends a 4-game homestand against UNE. Yep. It was a team you guys lost a tough one to last year in overtime on the road.
Yep.
But what's your game plan kind of this year? Going against them?
Well, we're going to have to just come out and, play our game. I haven't really had a chance to look at them too carefully yet, but we'll get right on that after this game and, see what we need to do. But we need to just keep playing, and we need to be better every single game. So.
All right, well, congrats, Coach, on the win. Owls go to 9-3 and 2-0, most importantly, in the OEC.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and we are back. Keene State gets a big win, as you see on the scoreboard today, against Plymouth State. A lot of goals for the Basins today. Grace Bazin with 4 of the 7, and Emma Bazin, adding 2 more as well. Grace Bazin getting up to 22 on the year. Emma Bazin up to 4. And Kalina Piasecki also adding the last goal of the day for Keene to make it 7-0. They had a lot of opportunities off of corners. They took advantage. And Plymouth State also had their fair bit of corners as well, but the Owls defense, as we interviewed, defender Grace Murphy really standing tall to the task. So that will do it for today's matchup between Keene State and Plymouth State. We'll have the next field hockey game for you here on Flow Sports, the Owls Media Network, on Tuesday night as Keene State welcomes in the University of New England. But thank you all so much for joining us today. For Ryan Goodwin and everybody else on our crew, have a good rest of your afternoon.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network.